Hello student, today I am going to discuss Neet 2025 question paper remaining part. Previous video we discussed 17 questions and remaining questions of solutions we will discuss today. You can see the next question in this display. The plates of the parallel plate capacitor separated by distance. That means this is comes into capacitor concept, and it is contains two electric slabs of dielectric constant K1 K2, that is 3 by 8D and D by 2, which is inserted between them. And due to this, capacity becomes what happens, it becomes 2 times larger than when you taken initial. Nothing is there between. Nothing is there means air. When the air is the medium between the two plates, so compared to that, it becomes 2 times. So what is the K1 value they're asking to find in this case? So first you take the parallel plate capacitor, and in this first we inserted two mediums here. The mediums of thickness is given. One is 3 by 8D. Second one is that is D by 2 distance, and the total distance between the plates is equal to D. Why I am taking this one? Because the plates of the capacitor, when you taken this is positive plate, negative plate. In this case, total distance is divided by 3 parts, but actually given only 2 parts. That means you have to understand there is another third part also is there, because 3 by 8D plus D by 2 plus this is D by 8 if you taken, the total will becomes equal to D. That means only they given dielectric constant of first part, that is K1 value is given, K2 value is relation is given, but third part is not given. That is nothing but there is no medium here. You have to take it as air is the medium here. So using this, you can calculate the required answer. What is the first? Whenever the dielectric medium is inserted between the plates of the capacitor, effective capacity will becomes which combination? Now this acts like a parallel combination. This acts like a parallel series combination. Series combination means what way? One capacitor K1 is connected to K2, K2 is connected to K3, like this. And also you know that effective capacitor, that when plates of the capacitor completely fill with the dielectric constant, we have a formula directly, that is epsilon naught A by, that is T1 by K1. It is one medium. Second medium T2 by K2. Third medium, that is T3 by K3 is the formula for this, if it is completely filled, where T is called thickness of that medium and K1 is dielectric constant of that. In this case, the thickness of the first one is, that is 3 by 8D. Thickness of the second part is D by 2. Thickness of the third part, which is with the air, that is T3. So substitute the values here. But whatever the effective capacity is given, how much is given? The effective capacity is given 2 times the starting of the capacity. When there is no medium between them, what is the capacity formula? Epsilon naught A by D is the formula for that air capacity formula. But this air capacity, initially, now this effective capacity after filling the dielectric metal, it becomes 2 times. That means this value is compared to actual value 2 times. So I am writing as 2 epsilon naught A by D. This value is equal to 2 times of initial capacity. This is initial capacity is equal to, this is nothing but epsilon naught A by, so T1, thickness of first one is how much? That is 3 by 8D. Plus, and second thickness is nothing but how much? That is D by 2. And third thickness is how much? That is D by 8. Like this I am taking. And also we have, what is that in the formula? Denominator we have K1, K2, K3. This is first, dielectric constant K1. This is K2. K3 anyway, already we know that this is air. Air is nothing but K value is equal to 1. So I can take as 1 here without taking the K3, because in the question they given only relation between K1 and K2. K1 is equal to 1.25 times of K2. They're asking to find the K1 value. So in this case, if you solve it, so the solution epsilon naught A, we can cancel both the sides here. D, 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 D. I can take it common and I can cancel both the ends, and we can get the relation 2 is equal to nothing but 1 by, this is 3 by 8 K1 plus, that is 1 by 2 K2 plus this is, you will get 1 by 8. Now solve this one. After solving this one, put the first, they are asking K1 value. So put the K2 value. What is K2 value? K2 value is equal to nothing but 1.25 times of K1 value. So after replacing this, we can get the relation like this. So mathematically what you do is cross multiply this one completely, that is 2 times of this is, I can write as 3 by 8 K1 plus this is 1 by 2. That K2 value I can write as 1.25 means I can write as 125 by 100. That 100 I am taking into the denominator into K1 plus 1 by 8. is equal to 1. Now take the 1 by k1 common here. This is, if you taken 1 by k1 common and multiply this one, this is 6 by 8 plus 100 by 250, okay, plus 1 by 8 is equal to 1. Now this, solve this mathematically. If you solve with this one, what the result will get? So 1 by k, I need k1, right? So just directly we can do it. That is k1 is equal to nothing but this k1, I am taking this side. K1 is equal to, okay, we can write as directly 1 by 6 by 8. Okay, that is 6 by 8 plus this is 25. 4 by 5, I can write this one after cancelling with the 25 plus 1 by 8. Take a LCM of these three, and if you taken as 40 is LCM, like, okay, 30 plus 32 plus this is 5. So totally 62, 67 by 40. 67 by 40 means that is how much you are going to get? Nearly, if you check it here, okay, just there is a correction. We are not going to get the LCM here. Okay, 40. We are going to get okay, 320. If you taken 320 is LCM, that is nothing but this is 240 you get, and this is, okay, basing on this one, 64 into 4. So 56 you will get, and plus this is, okay, 40 you will get. So after solving this k1 value, you will get nearly 2.66. You are going to get 2.66 means, if you see the options of this one, the first option you are going to get 2.66. The next question in this, one of the kinematic question, okay, which is a little bit interesting question is given. So you can see two cities X and Y are connected by regular buses. You can see the diagram here. Two cities are there, X and Y, connected with the buses which are given. Okay, here diagram based you can understand, with leaving either directions or every t minutes. So every time to time, t minutes, okay, the buses are released in terms of minutes time. A girl is driving on a scooty with a speed. A girl is driving with a speed 60 km per hour in the direction X and Y. Notices the bus goes past her every, okay, 30 minutes means when he was traveling from X to Y, okay, in this direction, she is okay, traveling with a speed of 60 km per hour. At that moment, she is observing that the bus is passing her every 30 minutes. That means every 30 minutes, one bus is crossing in the same direction. Okay, at the same time, and every 1 minute in opposite direction. That means the same bus is, okay, another bus, okay, similar time to, okay, one bus starting from X, another bus is starting from Y. So the buses which are going in the same direction taking 30 minutes to cross her. The buses which are starting from Y, it is taking, okay, 10 minutes to cross her. Every 10 minutes they are crossing. Okay, question is 10 minutes. Every 10 minutes they are crossing. So 10 minutes, okay, the girl is facing the buses in opposite direction. So using this concept, what they're asking, how much time? What is the time period of buses? What is the time gap between the release of each bus? One bus is started from X, and after what time again another bus will be released. Similarly, one bus started from Y. After what time another bus is going to release? The time period of, okay, release of the buses from the station they're asking to, okay, calculate here. And also they're asking to find speed of the buses also. Okay, what is the speed? They are, okay, moving, so that in the same direction it is taking 30 minutes to cross the, okay, scooty, and it is taking 10 minutes to, okay, go across the scooty. So concept is here, the vehicle is moving. In this case too, scooty and bus both are relatively moving, okay, in the forward direction X to Y. You take the case of when scooty is moving in the direction of the X to Y, so bus is also moving in the direction of the Y. In that case, both are relatively moving. They are covering one city to other city. The distance between the two cities is given as d. The total distance d is equal to velocity into time. So in this case, both are relatively moving, the bus and scooty. So velocity of the, okay, bus with respect to scooty, you take velocity of the bus with respect to scooty. If you taken, that becomes, okay, velocity of the bus minus velocity of the scooty into time to cross. Okay, so in this case, the distance d is equal to, what is the velocity of the bus? Velocity of the bus is not given. We need to find that one, minus velocity of the scooty is 60 kilometer per hour. So SI unit. And time, what is the time it is crossing? Every 30 minutes it is crossing. So 30 minutes. The 30 minutes you have to convert into hours, that is 30 by 60. This you take it as equation number 1. Next, the same scooty facing the opposite buses. Both are moving opposite and covering the same distance between the two cities, X and Y. So that means in this case, Y to X. The bus is moving from Y to X. In that case, relative velocity, same distance is D is equal to covered is equal to, when the two velocity, okay, vehicles are opposite direction, relative velocity becomes plus. So velocity of the bus plus velocity of the scooty into time taken. Here, how much time taken? The time is equal to given as 10 minutes here. So if you apply the values in this, what you are going to get? Distance D is equal to velocity of the bus, we don't know, we need to find both the sides, plus velocity of the scooty is 60 km per hour, time is equal to 10 minutes, that is 10 by, okay, 60, because we have to explain it in hours. This is called as equation number 2. Solve the equation number 1 and 2. Okay, before solving, our requirement is to, okay, D is same for both. D is same for 4. If you solve the 1 and 2, what happens? Here it will be get cancelled, you won't get the result here. What is distance D? Here one bus is releasing, here also one bus is releasing. Okay, same time, they are periodically, they are one bus is releasing, right? So here the distance covered, that means if the speed of the bus is VB, it takes some time. How much time? Time period of T to release. So periodically the same distance the buses are covering. So distance D is equal to velocity of the bus into time taken for that period. Suppose if it is covering the same distance, okay, with a speed of VB in the time of total time T. In that time T, we are calculating the, okay, so the scooty is moving the same direction as well as opposite direction. So substitute this value in the given equation number 1. What you are going to get in the, if you substitute in the equation number, VBT is equal to, VBT is equal to what I convert, that is nothing but VB minus 60 into 3 by 60 is I convert as 1 by 2. Right? So here this D is equal to V beta every time, right? Velocity of the bus into time taken for capital T. So now this second equation also having the same D, so I can equate it. That means I am writing here VBT, second equation, that is I am writing as VBT is equal to, that is VB plus 60 into, that is 1 by 6 I can. Now solve these two equations. We solve these two equations, we will get the required result for us. So in this case, before solving, what you have to do, anyway both are same, don't divide, just divide, you can do it, or you can equate it. So in this case, VB minus 60, okay, by 2 is equal to VB plus 60 by 6 we can write, and here we can cancel 3, cross multiply, this becomes 3 VB minus, okay, 180, 3 VB minus 180 is equal to VB plus 60 you get. To solve this one, 3 VB, this is becomes 2 VB is equal to 240 you get. 180 minus 180, if you make it, that's a plus 180. So VB, velocity of the bus, is equal to how much? 120, that is kilometer per hour. So speed of the bus you got. When the speed of the bus you got, okay, time, how much time it will take to cross that one, to calculate that one speed of the bus. First you can find the, okay, distance, or substitute that, okay, B value here. If you substitute the B value, you can find the distance between the two cities. What is the distance between two cities? D is equal to, that is nothing but VB value, how much we got? 120 minus 60 into 1 by 2. In the equation number 1 I am substituting here. So if you solve this one, how much you are going to get? That is equal to 60 by 2, that is nothing but 30 kilometers is the distance between the two cities. So the distance between the two cities is 30 kilometers. How much time it will take to cover it? The time taken is equal to distance by speed. Now we are finding distance by speed of the bus. What is the distance? 30 kilometers. Speed of the bus, what speed it is moving? 120 kilometers speed it is moving. So it is in terms of hour, kilometer per hour. So you have to convert into answer in terms of minutes to, what you have to do, you have to multiply with the 60, because 1 hour contains 60 minutes. So this, if you calculate, this is 2 times and this is 2 15. How much you got? So the time period between the bus, okay, intervals is equal to how much? 15 minutes. So every 15 minutes, if the buses are okay released from the X and Y cities, what happens? They can able to cross the scooty in the same direction after 30 minutes, in opposite direction after 10 minutes, it can able to cross. So this is the answer for question. And if you see the options, according to given options, okay, 15 minutes, 120 kilometer per hour. Which option is correct? You can check it. Fourth option is correct here. The next question related to mechanics 1 and along with the friction concept. They given one of the rod of mass 20 kg of length 5 meters. This is 20 kg rod of mass, okay, 20 kgs and 5 meters length, leans against the smooth vertical wall. You can see here, I taken the diagram here. This is the vertical wall, if you say, and with this vertical wall, a rod is leaned. Okay, this is the rod, black one. This is the rod which is leaned to taken. How much angle it is making? Making 60 degrees with the wall. Wall means vertically. With respect to this one, it is making an angle 60 degrees. Now, the other end of the rod is rest on the horizontal surface. Here, rest they are saying here. It is rest on the surface, other end. Okay, the frictional force on the floor exerted on the rod. How much frictional force is going to act on this, okay, surface? They're asking to calculate. So, in this case, first, whenever you've taken the rod on inclined surface which is contacting between the two walls, what are the forces acting on the rod? You have to calculate. First, you can see the diagram already taken. From the center of this rod, there is a weight is going to act mg always. Next, this is the point where the rod is rested. So there is a contact. So from the surface, there is a normal reaction is going to act from the contact surface, that is you take as n. And this is another contact surface, okay, with a wall. From the contact surface, there is another normal reaction is going to act n2. Not only this one, at this moment, the rod, when it is trying to slide at this point of contact, so there is a friction is going to act, okay, between the contact here, that is small f. So here the rod is under the number of forces. It is not on the horizontal line, it is not vertical, it is making some angle 60. So it is the condition of equilibrium. So the condition of equilibrium, according to the concept of, there are two types of equilibrium conditions, translatory equilibrium and rotational equilibrium. So if it is only horizontal or vertical, you can use it translatory equilibrium directly. But here it is making an angle 60. So that's why I had to use both the concept of translatory equilibrium as well as and rotational equilibrium. First, apply the translatory equilibrium. According to translatory equilibrium, vertical forces balanced by horizontal forces. So if you see the diagram, in the diagram we can see here N1 is one of the vertical force which is acting upward direction, that is balanced by mg. If it is not balanced, what happens? The rod has to go inside or upwards. It is not doing like that. It is rest on the surface, they said. So N1 is equal to mg. Similarly, N2. Okay, normal reaction N2 by the other wall is balanced by frictional force. If the friction is more, it slides. If N2 is more, it will, okay, move down. So here it is at rest, they said, means N2 is equal to F. So according to translatory equilibrium condition, I can take these two conditions here, right? Next, take the rotational equilibrium. According to rotational equilibrium, you know that, okay, clockwise torque is equal to balanced by anti-clockwise torque. So in this case, if you observe the forces, these forces are making this rod to rotate. Here, the rod is rotating, possibility of rotation when the end of the rod is at rest. It is here at rest. So with respect to this point, I'm taking as, okay, P. Okay, with respect to P point, now we can able to explain the concept of torque. The torque due to forces, which forces? Mg, N1, N2 at point P. You can able to calculate. So what are the four? Okay, torque clockwise direction. If you observe this one, if you imagine that this mg generates the, okay, which type of rotation? Mg is generates anti-clockwise torque, it generates, and N1 also creates the anti-clockwise torque, and N2, which is that this is creates clockwise torque. So two anti-clockwise torques, one clockwise torque. Okay, so here what is the clockwise? Clockwise torque is equal to, that is N2 into torque is nothing but force into perpendicular distance. The force is N2. Okay, force is N2. And what is perpendicular distance with respect to P? With respect to P. Now this is the perpendicular distance with respect to P point. So this length we need. So here already we taken length of the rod is equal to, they given in the question, that is 5 meters length is given. this 5 meters length making an angle 60. So L, if you resolve into components, you are going to get here, that is L cos 60 degrees from here to here. So this L cos 60 exactly parallel to perpendicular distance from N2. So N2 I can replace with L cos 60 degrees. There is any clockwise force, okay, torque, there is no other clockwise, only one is there, is equal to anti-clockwise. There are two anti-clockwise torques are there. One is N1. N1 is acting from the point P. There is no perpendicular distance. That's why it is 0. Okay, N1 into 0 plus. There is another, okay, force is there, that is mg. That is mg into perpendicular distance. What is perpendicular distance? Mg is acting like this from the point P. This is the perpendicular distance. Now I want this length. So this length means, if you observe this one, this rod is, okay, making an angle, okay, 60 with respect to components. This is L cos 60 means this becomes L sin 60. From where to where? From here to here. In that L's, okay, sin 60, now it becomes from this point to this point. From this point to this point, it becomes L by 2. Sin 60 becomes half of that. So mg is a distance from the point P is, how much distance? That is L by 2. That is sin 60. Okay, this is the force into perpendicular distance. Now solve this one. If you solve the equation N2 into, okay, L is 5 meters, cos 60 value is how much? 1 by 2 is equal to, this is anyway 0, mg, m value 20 is given, that is 20 into gravity 10, if you take 200 you will get, into, okay, that is L by 2. L by 2 means that is 5 by 2, because length is 5 meters, 5 by 2 into sin 60 is root 3 by 2. Now solve this one, you will get the N2 value. So what is N2 value? You can get it, you can check it. This 2 get cancelled, and this is 200, we can write, and 5 get cancelled. So N2 is equal to, we got 100 root 3. So our question is, what is the friction? So if you see the translatory equilibrium, that's not translatory equilibrium very clearly indicating that N2 value is equal to frictional force. So I can write, therefore frictional force equal to 100 root 3 newtons. So in the options, if you see that, second option is the correct answer for this question. The next question is related to spring mass system. The question is graphical question. So you have to understand the concept based question. So I given already graphs and equations so that we can go completion of this one very fast. What they given is, they taken one of the spring and mass system, box system. Inside the box we have a sand. This sand is, okay, there is a small hole in the below. So what is happened? Sand is time to time it is pouring out. As the sand is decreasing, they are asking the relation between angular frequency omega and the amplitude of oscillation. They're asking what happens to that. First, you have to understand that whenever the sand is inside or any mass is suspended using spring, so there is a spring force acting, that is kx, that is balanced, okay, with the mg. That means when the weight is acting downwards direction, the spring force is acting upward direction, that is equal to kx equal to mg. From this, the displacement of the spring from its actual position x equal to mg by k, we can write. So x is proportional to mass. So as the more the mass, the spring extension will be more, less the mass less. So here x is proportional to m, we can say. So according to our concept of oscillation, while oscillating, acceleration is proportional to opposite to displacement, right? So here displacement is what is happening as the sand is, okay, pouring out, as the sand is going out. So the mass is decreasing, automatically x value also decreases. So in terms of x value decreases, I can say here the acceleration of that one also decreases, we can say. So in this case, as the acceleration decreases, the amplitude of oscillation also decreases, because x is depends on amplitude, so amplitude also decreases. So mass decreases, amplitude decreases. Now what happens to the frequency? Frequency, acceleration is equal to omega square x. If we taken the acceleration constant, omega square is equal to x. One concept basing on this, x decreases, omega increases. One more, and here you know the time period of oscillation of this mass body. Any spring system, if you taken time period is equal to 2 pi root m by k, as mass decreases, time period also decreases. Time period is inversely proportional to omega, because omega is equal to 2 pi by t. So time decreases, omega increases. So in this, our understanding must be omega is going to be increases, okay, and amplitude is going to be decreases, because x value decreases with mass. So if you observe the graph, this is increasing graph, this is no change in amplitude, this is increasing angular frequency, this is decreasing amplitude, both are increasing, both are decreasing. So which option is correct? Second option is correct, because angular frequency is increasing and amplitude is decreasing. So option 2 is correct.